Hey everybody, Jamie here. Today we're talking about the UBHOME Robotic Mower. This is the third robotic mower I've got to review. I'm going to talk about a few things. What kind of yard this works with, how it worked in my yard, how to set it up, the technology involved, and if this would be a good mower for you. This was given to me to test and review, so I wanted to thank UBHOME for sending it to me. So coming out of the box, this is pretty easy to set up. You have your main mower here, you have your charging station, you have the RTK station, and the LoRa gateway. So basically you get your mower out of the box and then you can download the app. And the app is really good because it pretty much walks you through the whole setup process. It's going to help you set up your LoRa station, which you set up near your Wi-Fi router inside your house. Then it's going to walk you through setting up the charging station and the RTK station. What you need to do with those two things is you do need to find an open area away from your house and away from any kind of trees. You should have clear skies so it can get a good satellite signal. And the app's going to help you find a strong signal so the RTK station and the mower gets a good connection. You need to find an ideal location with a power outlet that you can plug into, and this comes with a decent amount of cord for you to connect to your charging station. The cords connect together with watertight connections. All you have to do is plug them together and tighten them up. And with your charging station, you do need to find a level piece of your property so it can easily dock in and out of that charging station. It can't be slanted on a hill or anything. You have to find a nice level location, and it's going to do a test and search around to see if you can dock in and out properly in that charging station. You're also going to connect your charging station to the RTK station with another wire and a watertight connection. When you do that, the app is going to guide you to see if it has a good satellite signal. So before you make things permanent, make sure you have a nice signal with clear skies above so you get a good connection. So you have your LoRa gateway installed near your Wi-Fi router. You have your charging base station installed and your RTK station right next to that. Next, you're going to dock your mower into the charging station and go through the app with the final setup. It's pretty easy to do. It only took me about 30 minutes. Most of the time was downloading the latest firmware updates, which took some time. But as long as you find a nice flat piece of ground and clear skies, you'll be good to go. After that is a mapping process, which I enjoy doing. Within the app, your phone turns into remote control, and you can guide it around your property to map the area that you want to mow. I prefer the manual mapping method because you can control exactly where you want it to go. Then after you create that map, you can do two other things. You can create a pathway to that zone or that map zone, or you can also create a no-go zone. So in the backyard, I created a section where I wanted to mow. We have this big tree right here. I created a no-go zone around that so the mower didn't have to worry about that, and it knew not to mow that area. I also set up a second zone in our pasture, our goat pasture, where we mow it because we play volleyball there. So that second zone, there's actually two gates you have to open to get to it. So you can set up a pathway for the mower to go through. So I can leave those gates open and I can start that mower and it knows the path, exact path to go between those two gates and out to the pasture for mowing. Some other cool things that the app has, you can control your grass height, how high you want the mower to cut it. I can turn that mower direction clockwise, so instead of mowing this way one day, it can mow this way, or it can mow this way. That's another cool feature of the app. You can schedule your mowing times. Also, if it gets too dark and the mower returns to the charging station, you can resume mowing the next time you want to go mow that piece of your yard. Okay, so this mower works with RTK and it also has AI vision technology. Basically what that means, you have your RTK satellites that it connects with, but it also has these cameras. It has 9 sensors on the front. It has these cameras that look for any obstacles or foreign objects in your grass. And if it sees any of those, it'll mow around them. So if there's any toys, pets, or anything like that, it will sense those and should mow around them. You can see we tested it by putting a bucket out in the yard. We put a couple sticks out in the yard for it to sense and mow around. This is IPX6 waterproof, so you can rinse it off, wash it off when you're done. You don't have to worry about it being in the rain. It does have a rain sensor. If it senses rain while it tries to mow, it'll return back to the charging station. I don't really have many hills on my property. It says it's supposed to mow a 55% slope. I do have a little bit of an incline in the backyard here, and it hadn't handled that no problem. And that incline is about this. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but but I know some of you might be wondering how it is on these really steep hills. I don't have those to be able to test that. This comes with a 9.06 inch cutting blade. That's bigger than some of the other robotic mowers that I've reviewed. A larger mowing blade for mowers in its class. I really do like the app. It was very intuitive. The setup was very easy, and it's very easy to program your different zones and get everything set up. It's actually easier than the other robotic mowers that I've reviewed so far. Okay, so going back to the setup and how it performed. In my pasture, it's an open field. It does have some trees around the perimeter, but it has clear skies, so the RTK can get a nice signal to the satellites. Part of my backyard is somewhat the same. I have this big tree here, but the open skies to the left of that tree, I had that mowing there, and it performed well for those two areas. Now, on the far side of my backyard, I have a really tall shrub line, and I have a really big tree. It's not ideal for those areas because it could lose signal with the satellites, so it can get disoriented and lost. So again, it's ideal if you have a property with open skies, not too many trees or tall shrubs, this could be a good mower for you. Also, if you have a property, if you want to mow your front yard and backyard, and it's a good distance away, this does have the option to get a second RTK station, so you can have one in your front yard and one in your backyard, or wherever else on your property that you might want, so you can always have a good connection. So this is supposed to be able to mow up to 1/4 acre a day. So this would be good for small to medium-sized yards. Once it's done mowing or reaches its capacity, it'll return back to the charging station and be set up for next time. Going back to the setup was pretty easy. You install your charging station and then your RTK pole. You just snap that together. It comes with a spike that you screw onto the bottom, and you just step that into the ground. Again, it has these watertight connections that you just tighten up, and they're good to go. Other than that, setup was really easy. This mower has this nice handle here, so it's really easy to lift and move when you're doing your initial setup. Some of the other mowers I've had, it was kind of hard to lift up, or the handle was kind of hidden. This one is nice and easy. You can see the rear wheels have a nice grip on them, and then it also has swivel wheels on the front. You can see the camera on the front and the sensors that it has. The blades are easily replaceable with a screwdriver. It does come with some extra blades in the box. I also wanted to say, in our pasture, the terrain is a little bumpy and the grass is actually kind of thicker, and it did a really good job cutting that. They also have a design with this cutting disc where it's not supposed to get snagged as much. If you have any kind of pets, if you have dogs, my dogs don't bother this at all. This runs pretty quiet. My dogs bark at our gas lawnmowers, and they chase the gas lawnmowers. Actually, my one dog does that. With this mower, they don't bother at all. When you first set it up, they might look at it, but it's so quiet and it moves slowly that the dogs don't really bother it at all. We had it in the goat pasture, and the goats kind of left it alone as well. Okay, so would this be a good mower for you? If you had the budget for something like this, these mowers are nice because you don't have to pay for lawn service, and you don't have to do it yourself. You save time, you save energy, and it's kind of fun to have a robot mowing your lawn for you. These don't have any kind of gas or fumes. You don't have to worry about carburetor, gunked up carburetor, spark plugs, pouring gasoline, oil, any of that kind of stuff. All you have to do is make sure it's charged properly, and then you have a good connection. If you have a property that doesn't have too many big trees or large shrubs in your mowing areas, this might work out well for you. As long as there's clear skies and a good connection, the mower can save you a lot of time and hassle, so you don't have to mow the yard yourself. There's always going to be areas that you might need to trim up on the edges, your fence lines. Every now and then, this might miss a strip of grass. It might be because it ran into a stick or a patch of leaves, so it bypassed that section. But all in all, I did a good job of my testing. Once I found a good spot for it, for the RTK station and a good satellite connection, it did well in our backyard and our side yard pasture. Now, this mower is fairly new in the market. I haven't seen many reviews for it. I'm not sure how customer service is. They did do a good job of putting the app together, showing you how to set it up. They did a good job with packaging. It came nicely packaged in the box. So that's all I can say about the company so far. This does work well for well-maintained yards. If you do have any divots, it's nice to fill those in and get those nice and level. But as long as your yard is well-maintained, and there's not too many holes or divots, then this should work well in it. All in all, I had a good experience with this. If this video is helpful to you, please consider liking and subscribing, and check out my other video reviews. We also do a lot of do-it-yourself projects around here, so you can check out some of those as well. Thanks for watching, and happy mowing.